everyone, welcome to my channel. This is April Renae. So today I am going to walk you guys through a recipe. A lot of people that know me, they know that I like to cook, they have tasted my food, and people are always asking me for my recipes. So I am going to walk you guys through a video of a broccoli and cheese quiche. It's a really good way to get your kids to eat vegetables. I know that a lot of times it's really hard to get kids to eat vegetables. I know it can be hard to get adults to eat vegetables. So I really try to focus on making recipes that I can put vegetables into the recipe and hide them, mask them, and make them taste amazing. So I'm gonna put my phone down. Keep in mind that my kids are in the other room. They may walk through while I'm recording. This is like live. It's not edited. It's raw. It's uncut. So I'm just gonna put the phone down. I've already got a lot of my ingredients ready, prepared. I'm going to show you the recipe from the recipe book, and then I'm gonna show you like what I do. So when I make food from recipes that I find online, on Pinterest, cookbooks, most of the time I do my own little thing. So I might follow the recipe like 90% of the way or 75, and then I kind of add my own little twist and spin. So that's what I'm gonna show you. This is a really easy recipe. It's really quick and the kids love it. And then they're getting their, their nutrition from their vegetables, which I think is very important. So I'm gonna put the phone down and here we go. Okay. So it's a broccoli and cheese quiche. I'm going to show you the picture of what it looks like in the book. And so, it does not seem to come out looking like that when it comes out of the oven. When I cook it, it doesn't look as pretty as the picture, but you know what? I know presentation matters a lot of times to people, but I'm kind of one of those people that presentation does matter to an extent, but if it tastes really good, then I'm okay with that. So this quiche is amazing. If you're used to eating fried chicken, cheeseburgers, and pizza all the time, you may not look at this recipe and think it looks great. You may see it when it's done and think it looks gross, but I promise you, it's one of those recipes that if you would just give it a try, taste it, the flavor is amazing. You'll be like, wow, this looks so much better. It's one of those that just look a lot better than, that taste a lot better than how it looks. So, I already have my pans pre-lined. And what I did was, so this is my first time doing this, but I want to see how it turns out. So I took like cookie sheet, parliament paper, or whatever it's called, the white paper that you put down when you bake cookies, and I put it down in the pan and I sprayed it, because normally when I bake this, even if I spray the pie pan with nonstick spray, it still always sticks to the pan and it's just annoying when I clean it. So I tried putting the cookie sheet down first and I sprayed the cookie sheet, so we're gonna see how that turns out. You can make a homemade crust. That's always another option. You can make it even healthier if you make your own crust, but I get the Pillsbury pie crust that's pre-made. I know it's not the healthiest, but sometimes you just gotta make things a little easier on yourself. And I cook a lot of meals that I prep and take a lot of time with my veggies and all the steps. So this is one of those meals where, I got my vegetables, I got my good quality cage-free eggs, I got organic cheese, I got organic milk. So, most of the ingredients in here are pretty good. I got a very good quality Himalayan pink sea salt. And, I just figure the pie crust, whatever. But if you're an extreme health nut, make your own pie crust. If you don't really care about health at all, then this is perfect, because it's the easy option. So I got two. I always double the portion because one pie goes like real fast, and if I want leftovers. When I cook, I try to make life easy, and I always try to make it to where I don't have to cook for like at least 1 day, sometimes 2 days. Okay, so we are going to start with half of the, so I bought one big head of broccoli and I cut it up. So I'm gonna take half of it. So we're making the filling for one pie right now. So you're gonna put half of it. You need like some kind of a blender, some kind of a mixer. So you need a blender or a mixer, something that's gonna mix this up, because it's gonna be like puree form when you're done. So you just chop up the broccoli, fill up the mixer, blender, whatever you have. And then, this is not in the ingredients, but it makes the flavor really good. I buy shredded carrots, and I add those in. I don't even measure it. As you guys can see, I'm just used to making stuff, and I'm used to cooking. If you want to measure it, go ahead. You kind of just add it according to your taste. So I add a decent amount in here. And then so I put the eggs in at this point, 5 eggs. Okay, so it calls for 8 ounces of cheese. The organic packs that I buy are 6 ounces. So, you know, I just put the whole pack in there, and it's really gonna get tight. If you don't have a big blender, it's gonna get really tight at this point, and it gets kind of hard. I probably should have I was supposed to add my milk first, but I forgot because I'm doing multitasking by talking, recording, and doing all of this, and I'm not used to doing all of this. So I'm just gonna make a little crack on the side to where the milk can leak in. So then you put your milk, and just so you guys know, I'm not gonna tell you like all the measurements in the video, because I'm going to, in the description, I'm actually gonna give you guys the exact recipe, what I buy, all the amounts of everything that the ingredients you're gonna use. So you won't have to worry about that. I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm putting my milk in. All right. So we got 6 ounces of cheese. This is seriously so easy. You're gonna see it is so easy. And then the seasonings that I'm using is onion powder, cayenne pepper, and sea salt. The cayenne pepper gives a really good flavor. It's up to you how much you guys want to use. I'll tell you how much I use when I put everything in the description. And just know that you can always substitute anything. Like if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'd rather do that to mine, substitute it. And you know what? Feel free to always comment and share, like if you did something different in your recipe. Share and comment if you like this recipe, if you have any other ideas, because you know, as a mom, as a parent with kids, it's really hard to get your kids to eat certain things, especially if you want your kids to eat healthy. And even for anyone that's like trying to lose weight or get on this health kick and, you know, join the fitness and health world, they may not know where to start. And you know, feel free to comment, ask questions if you want me to post. Are there certain recipes you want me to post, or you can share recipes that you know. So now I'm gonna blend it up. That should be enough. Okay, so it's really liquidy. You're gonna see that it's like extremely liquidy, but you're actually gonna be really surprised if you make this, that once you bake it, it sits together. It sits together like you know, everything goes together and hardens, and it's not liquidy at all when it comes out. Once it sets, you cook it on 350, or you bake it on 350, and you know, I'm not really gonna give an exact time. The book says until golden. That's pretty much what I do. I bake it until I can put a knife down the middle and nothing is coming. There's no residue, like liquidy residue. I mean, there might be a little bit of the food on the knife, but as long as it's not liquidy, like it's still runny in the middle, then it should be done. And then you'll want to let it sit and cool for a while because of the milk and all the eggs. It can be a little runny. So once it sits and cools down, everything kind of solidifies and it just tastes a lot better to me, in my opinion. I tend to overcook mine a little because if it's liquidy or mushy at all, I'll get really grossed out. So what I do, I add the 8 ounces like it calls for inside of the pitcher. And then I'm a cheese fanatic and I add extra cheese on top. So when it bakes, there's like a golden like layer. Okay, so this is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to put it in the oven. When it's done, I will come back, show you the way it looks, and that is it. Very simple. I'll put everything down in the description, how to make this recipe. Try it out. Let me know how you like it. Hi everyone, I am back and the food is done. I am smiling because I am hoping that you guys are not going to judge my cooking skills off of this first video. You know the saying, don't judge a book by its cover? It's so true, and it's especially true right now. Because I'm telling you that this food is so good, and it tastes so amazing, and it's like has like a perfect spice to it with the cayenne pepper. But this recipe, like the cheese on top, I like my cheese extra cooked so it looks a little burnt. And people might assume that my cheese is burnt, but it's really not burnt. And it's still a little runny. Sorry, my child he wants to be in the camera. You say hi. Hi. Yeah, you're welcome on my channel too. Okay, so we're going to look at this. Okay, so listen. It tastes awesome. It's so good. And it hasn't had time to set. So it's still liquidy and watery, but if it sits for like an hour before you cut into it, it'll be perfect. But here is the final product.
What's my son?
I promise, guys, that this tastes so much better than it looks. I just can't stress it enough because, you know, if I was looking at this, because I cook and I'm very picky about my food, Mom. I would totally think that this person does not know what they are doing, but I'm telling you, just give it a try. Before you judge it by the way that it looks, just give it a try. I promise you'll like it. Okay, you guys, once again, you know, this is just the beginning. Give me time. I love cooking. I cook so well. Everyone that knows me, like, always talks about my food, and you know, this wasn't the best recipe to make if I wanted you guys to see my cooking skills because it doesn't look pretty. I have tons of recipes that look really pretty and taste amazing, but I really wanted to show you guys this because it's a way to get vegetables into a recipe that tastes amazing, and it's a recipe that a lot of kids will eat. So, you know, just try it before you judge the way it looks, and let me know what you think. In the description, I'm going to add the entire recipe, all the measurements, everything. So please try it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I gotta go. I got a hungry little monster. All right, bye. Yeah.